On the news tonight, federal government suspends tariffs on food commodities. Nigeria Customs Service Ogun State Command intercepts over 700 million naira contraband goods. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu-Ode News at 7. My name is Anthony Gandunu. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has inaugurated a high-power committee to address issues relating to farmer herders clashes in the country. The committee is named the Renewed Hope Livestock for Reform Implementation Committee. State House correspondent Musbah Udan-Wahab reports that President Tinubu also pronounced the creation of a new ministry to be known as Federal Ministry of Livestock Development.
The pastoralists with their much treasured head, just as the farmers expect multiple yields from their plantations. Conflict of individual interest has resulted in violent clashes across farmlands with thousands of lives and properties consumed. Successive administrations had searched for an enduring solution to the perennial farmers-herders clashes that appeared elusive for years.
Who says the solution is far? I say no, the solution is here.
The Presidential Livestock Reform Committee set up last year, headed by former Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, has made recommendations they hope can provide the lasting solution now ready for implementation. And President Bola Tinubu believes Nigeria is close to the much-expected solution.
First and foremost, to provide impetus to enable Nigeria to finally take advantage of livestock farming, dairy product, cold chain logistics, collectively offer substantial commercial and economic advantages. We have seen solution and opportunity with this adversity that had plagued us over the years. And I believe the prosperity is here in your hands.
Also hoping to convert the adversity of many years to prosperity, the administration is setting up another set of experts in motion in a 26-member implementation committee. And for proper development of the potential in the sector, President Tinubu's administration is creating the Ministry of Livestock Development.
We need to create this economy. Seize this opportunity. Big ranches you recommend and promote, I will work with it for the success of this program and the first success of the entire nation. So we will leave a Nigerian flag without stain to our children. Thank you very much.
Now, a desperate measure is underway for this desperate situation, it appears, as President Bola Tinubu himself offers to serve as chairman, while a former INEC chairman, Professor Hatahiru Jega, co-chairs the committee. From the State House, Musbah Udan-Wahab, NTA News.
Similarly, federal government has approved 150-day duty-free import window for assorted food commodities. The report.
Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, in a statement this Wednesday says the suspension of duties, tariffs and taxes covers maize, husked brown rice, wheat and cowpeas. He, however, says the imported food commodities will be subjected to a recommended retail price. Abubakar Kyari also says the federal government will import 250,000 metric tons of wheat and 250,000 metric tons of maize and will be supplied to small-scale processors and millers across.
Tackling the current foreign exchange headwinds affecting local industries will enable local industries in the country to increase production, create jobs, stimulate the economy, and measure up to their counterparts in the world over. Amaka Owo reports that industry players that say these will also enable Nigeria to boost her current exports of 15.5 billion naira, put at 80.8% in first quarter of 2024. The report.
Lagos is home to several industries into mass production and value addition that cater to diverse needs of the populace across the entire nation. The Lekki Free Trade Zone, for instance, is an investment destination for foreign and local investors, with figures from the state government indicating over 50 billion naira investment in the last 1 year. Industry players believe that more collaborations from the government will enable local industries to thrive.
We are expected to see a lot more independent power plants in Lagos in the near future, in addition to those that are already operating. This administration of Lagos State and the prior administrations have established some independent power plants.
Sustainability of local industries, they say, will include bridging technological gaps, engagement of highly skilled professionals, providing incentives, among other homegrown solutions by the present administration to foster economic viability of local industries.
The margin in this country is the highest anywhere in the world. You can put in 10 million naira in a new business, and in less than 1 year, you have 100 million. Businessmen can exercise it in Nigeria, and that's why Asians are flooding this place. Nigerians abroad have enough capital to stabilize this country industrially and otherwise.
I think the major push actually have to come from the government side, who have to understand that the monetary policies, the fiscal policies, the research policies, the importation policies, all these things, and then there has to be a development plan that must be stuck to.
Ease of doing business, issues surrounding taxation have been addressed by the present administration with the recent injection of 2 trillion naira to absorb economic shocks. This will become absolute solutions towards an increased GDP for job creation and stronger economy. In Lagos, Amaka Owo, NT News.
The Nigerian Customs Service Ogun Area Command has intercepted contraband goods worth over 700 million naira in the second quarter of 2024. The Customs Area Controller, James Ojo, disclosed these while briefing journalists on the activities of the command within the period under review. Hakeem Jimo reports.
The Controller, Nigeria Customs Ogun 1 Area Command, James Ojo, revealed that 7,075 bags of 50 kilograms of foreign parboiled rice, 220 plastic containers of petrol, 2,227 units of Tokumbo tires, 64 bales, and 222 sacks of used clothes, 219 sacks, and 1,700 of cannabis sativa, among others, were seized during the period under review.
Other interceptions include 2,947 cartons of frozen poultry products, 21 units of vehicle, 3 units of motorcycle, and 115 pairs of used shoes, with a duty pay value of 770,666,237 naira.
The controller puts the total revenue generated into the coffers of the federal government at over 92.3 million naira, which he says represents about 52.46% increase during the corresponding year of 2023.
These figures are not just numbers. They represent our relentless fight against smuggling and our determination to protect the local economy, ensure public health and safety, and uphold the integrity of our borders.
The customs boss, who attributes the successes recorded to the support received from stakeholders, including sister security agencies and traditional rulers, as well as the commitment and doggedness of men and officers of the command, appreciates the media for their roles in the fight against societal ills. In Abeokuta, Hakeem Jimo, NTA News.
Nigeria has received additional support from the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, to accelerate access to electricity in the country. The report.
The 115.2 billion naira intervention fund will be expended in critical power infrastructure in the next 7 years, while the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Power, Mahmouda Maman signs the Memorandum of Understanding for the implementation of the intervention on behalf of the federal government. Melissa Jones signs for United States Agency for International Development.
Nigeria is a special place for us. It has been a critical priority since the beginning and will continue to be so going forward.
USAID intends to launch Empower Nigeria, a new 115 billion naira program for Nigeria's energy reform and the clean energy transition. This is because we believe in the leadership here.
We are committed to working together to ensure transparency, improve market efficiency, and accelerate the transition to clean energy solutions. This aligns perfectly with our national goals of achieving net zero carbon emissions by year. By working with USAID and leveraging their expertise, we can empower the private sector, strengthen our regulations, and unlock the full potential of our sector. This will not only bring light to millions of homes, but also unlock economic growth and sustainable development across Nigeria.
The news will continue after this break. Please stay tuned.
NTA na dey do ogbonge thing. NTA achowe salute o. NTA na dey do ogbonge thing. NTA na baba. NTA Ijebode, your heritage station.
You are welcome back. The Nigerian Television Authority says the propagation of the country's cultural value and customs will continue to be on the front burner in preserving the nation's high heritage towards the promotion of unity and diversity. Director General of the NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, was speaking when he received in audience Executive Secretary, National Institute for Cultural Orientation, Abiodun, and his team. Tokpe Alabi reports.
To build a nation is to sustain historical values its people cherish. This, the NTA says, remains top-notch in its mandate in propagating culture and tradition. The Executive Secretary, National Institute for Cultural Orientation, Abiodun Ajiboye, believes Nigeria's cultural elements and heritage are limitless, with millions of viewers from the global stage.
We must realize that a person is first a cultural being before becoming a citizen of a country. We can't even talk about patriotism and nationalism if we don't appreciate our cultural identity. And until we as a people come to a point to realize our cultural identity, we cannot form a component of our national identity.
NTA's Director General Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos says through its program contents and news reportage, the organization will continue to run an inclusive and participatory platform.
We always try to propagate and also encourage our cultural diversities and of course the values that we attach to them. So it is in this line that I would like to assure you and your management that of course we'll continue to do what we are doing, but I think we'll do better by way of collaborating between the two organizations.
There are expectations that NTA strategic partnership will rejuvenate Nigeria's cultural heritage and values, which will rebrand Nigeria's image in the outside world. In Abuja, Tokpe Alabi, NTA News.
On a sad note, a member of the House of Representatives from Ibadan North Federal Constituency, Olaide Adewale Akinremi, has passed on. He died this Wednesday morning after a brief illness at the age of 51. Olaide Akinremi, who was a ranking member of the Green Chamber, served as chairman of the House Committee on Science Research Institutions. House spokesman Akin Rotimi, who announced Akinremi's passage, described him as a mentor to many first-time lawmakers. Speaker, House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, in a condolence message, expressed sadness over the loss of the lawmaker from Oyo State. He says The 10th Assembly will miss Akinremi's unique contribution to nation's development. He says he prays that the Almighty grants his family and loved ones the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. In the meantime, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has extended his heartfelt condolences to the family of the late Honorable Olaide Akinremi, the lawmaker representing Ibadan North Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajuri Ngilali, the President also commiserated with members of the National Assembly, friends and associates of the deceased over the pronounced loss. President Tinubu prayed for the repose of the soul of the departed and the strength for the family at this difficult time. So much for the news tonight. Join us tomorrow for another interesting package. From me, good night.